Okay, if I hopefully remember to get this in the right spot, I get this in the right spot. I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video. Today's video is going to be kind of all over the charts. But when you watch the whole video, things will play into play, and it'll all finally fall into place on what happened. And it was a real simple. I knew there was something else that had to be done when you use the Vortec heads on the older motors, and we finally figured. I called my old machinist, which is my father-in-law, and asked him what happened. And as soon as he said it, I'm like, I knew that. So I guess watch today's video. It's kind of, there's a little cussing and swearing because I won't spoil the video for you. So you guys just got to watch it and see. And yeah, it's been I'll tell you that it was an interesting day, but I can't say anymore, otherwise I'll spoil it for you and then you won't watch it. So see you guys later. Enjoy. I can smile now. Earlier I was like, so. There goes Mama Bear. She's going to work. Say hi, Mama Bear. Guess what? Yeah, pop the hood. Stupid trucks. Stupid cars and well, everything's dry. Well, now it does sound like it's low. You ain't got a couple bucks on you, do you? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go to the store, get some more power steering fluid. Because now it sounds like it's low. The other day it was full, so. You know what? Let me get in my truck. That does look like it's full. If it's full, guess what? We're not going to be happy campers. Keep me in the camera there. It is. Well, it's borderline. I mean, it's on the dipstick, but it looks low. We had everything drained out, so alright. Let's get some more. Well, the Dodge is out here. It's sitting over there with its hood up right there. Now we gotta go down and get another pump, but I gotta get this thing finished up and running. And then she starts out today leaking gas all over the freaking place. So good time to go through the valves, find the ones that I'm off on, and get them adjusted. So we're getting at it. Okay, guys, I don't hide shit on my channel. And we got, I don't know why, number cylinder 8 and number cylinder 7, their push rods are fine, and everybody else did that. Every single, they're bent exactly the same. Nope. Oh, yep. So, and that one disappeared, so that one must have broke clean in two. So I don't understand this. I just called the machine shop too. I mean, this does not make any sense. So I guess we dissect. Yay me. Alright, we're going to see if the valves are still sealed because everything's closed. So, well, that one's good. It'd be great if they all did that, because I don't really want to have to pull the heads. So far, so good. There's no hissing, so that's almost one head down. Because if it doesn't leak, then that means the valves aren't bent. Depending on where the motor is too, that's where... Uh-oh. Oh, nope, that's past the range. It's not coming out the exhaust, it's not coming out the intake. So one head's good yet. And I'll show you guys this side too, so you guys know I ain't bullshitting you. Once I get into position. I threw a lifter out. I wonder if the comp has misboxed that cam because they got the cam card wrong. That one's good.
Yeah, that was good to get the fan moving.
Yeah, it's fun. It's why. Here, I'll sit you guys over here. Yeah, you can watch the. You know I'm putting pressure to the motor because you can watch it. Yeah, keep your eye on the fan when I put the air to it. Now watch, it won't move. Oh, that's good. Oh, this is making me feel better. We can figure out what the fitment is. Unfortunately, we got to pull the intake, put the lifter back in. I see it now. Oh, yeah. Ah, son of a... Rotate the motor, it's running some more gas. Just what I want it to smell like today.
Yeah, this ain't going in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh hell, I walked away and that's still hooked up and nothing. Ring, I mean this is all good signs. Good. That's holding air. Alright, well that's good part. So the heads don't have to come off at this point. Alright, I sent the nose guys after the power steering pump and sent the intake with them because I guess the intake did not get surfaced. So nice thing is you don't have to pull the heads. Talking to the machine shop, he says this is just... Oh, that's where we're at. Okay. Right now, while they're gone, I'm going to sit here, get out the dial indicators and that, and double check the camshaft. Because when we got this cam, it's a hydraulic cam, and I'll show you guys here. Where'd I put it? It's a hydraulic cam. Let's see what you guys are seeing. Okay. There's the valve adjustment. It says 12 thousandths to 14 thousandths. And it's not a big lift cam, 442 and 465. But it's supposed to be a hydraulic cam. So hydraulic cams should be zero lash. So I called Comp Cams, told them what happened. They said, oh, somebody screwed up making the cam card. He says, no, that is a hydraulic cam. Well, after talking to the machinist, he has had it where Comp Cams has put the wrong camshaft in the wrong box. So I've got to get out my dial indicators and that and check the valve lift, make sure I don't have too much lift. If I got too much lift, that explains why we just bent everything, because the cam's too big for the motor. So yeah, and I told him about putting 80 pounds of air to the cylinders and nothing whistled. He said the valves are okay yet. He said the push rods gave up before the valves did. So I guess time to see what's going on. Alrighty, well, I just got off the phone with Comp Cams and we double checked and verified and everything. They even questioned the possibility of the cam being in the wrong box. He said nope, everything's right. And after verifying the cam, I set up and dialed in, and I don't know. I did that. I got it all straight and verified that the cam was the correct lift. And yep, 442 and 465 lift is what I got. So wasn't that. And the guy at Cams was even kind of stumped. But he goes, well, as long as he put the 981-16 valve springs in at an installed height at 1.7 or 1.7, the spring pressure was supposed to be something. And he says, but if they didn't put them in at that installed height, he says it sounds like they got too much spring pressure on the valves. He says if that's the case, stock push rods aren't going to cut it. Well, there is the pile of mess. They were the aftermarket ones with the ball ends, which I think that's a set left over from one of my race cars. Ours, well, no. Well, anyway. So we're going to order new push rods and try it again, because the cam was installed and degreed in. Told them that. I said it started and ran, so we couldn't figure out what's going on. So anyway, I guess we'll go to fixing the Dodge. Yay. Okay, final thoughts on the 327 before we move on to the Dodge, which has just got, it's just, okay, you know, I know some of you are going to go, well, you screwed up. Well, after talking to Comp Cams, we figured out that it's not really anybody's fault. We put the stuff together, and what Comp is saying is the spring pressure is too much for stock push rods. So the machine shop, he kind of like, well, that explains why we didn't bend the valves, because the valves never hit the pistons, because the push rods bent before they hit the pistons. So that's why everything's still sealed that way. Which, okay, this is starting to make sense. I mean, you go after market parts, you start getting aftermarket pressures, and stock stuff don't work. So that's where that is. New parts will be here Tuesday, and we can put that sucker back together. Now for the Dodge, moving on to that, we got the pump here. It's right there with the two, oh, there's the footwood there, Derek, right there. Got the new pump in that. They're warrantying that because it acted up. Well, I just crawled up over the fender, and this is what I found. A new problem. And the new problem is, I look down, I'm like, why is that shiny down there? Let me get a light. See that? That steering knuckles is wet. And it wasn't wet. And that color now matches the color of the fluid in there. And we had that drained out, so for some reason something has gone wrong with the steering gearbox. So now we're going to get that yanked out, get the pump yanked out. But we're going to get everything disconnected underneath so nobody has to take a bath in oil. Then we'll undo the lines and then drop the box. So yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's another this weekend. Yeah, okay. Well, the guys got out of here in time, hopefully. That's the only problem about living out in the middle of a bean or cornfield here. Gotta drive so far to get parts. Got a great big gaping hole there. Gearbox got out. And let's see. That bolt hole, yeah, right there. Right there, there, and there are the 3 bolts that go through into the gearbox. Well, we had to jack the truck up to get the sway bar out of the way to get to that bolt. I got the new pump switched over. We did have the tool to pull the pitman arm off, but can't find my socket, which I know is around here. Can't find it. At least when this power steering pump come out of the box, it didn't have oil all over it, so I should have told me something was wrong with that other pump. So I'm sitting here waiting for the 327 guy to show up. Plus we got 2 parts trucks in town that we're dragging out. And this is what Buddy's come up with for our solution. That'll mount on the bottom side of the frame where your tow hooks go. Yeah, that thing. Oops, I guess I'm zoomed in. So that, and then I told him, I said, you know, I could put a receiver hitch down underneath, and I could use that, and use my old push guard that I got. Some of you know that I made. And then I gotta get on this one. I don't know where the intake's busted yet, but she is whistling Dixie. So yeah, since Buddy's got his little Ranger here, he's got a thing he can flop on and hook on the ball, and maybe we can push this around right up here in front of the shop. So I tell you right now, I wish this area out here was concreted. I really, really do. It's not bad working out here. The reason I wish it was concrete is so we have a level area, so when we're using jacks and that. And that 327, out of all the motors I've built and done and everything, this is the first time I've had trouble like that. I just don't get it. So, I guess oh, and one of you guys said something, and my buddy kind of come up with an answer for that too. One of you guys said something about my buddy seems to be doing all the wrenching. Well, the nice thing about it is when my buddy comes down, I don't have to babysit him. He's been mechanicking just as long as I have, and he's worked in different shops over the years. You don't have to babysit him when he's I gotta take my insulin, I forgot. Babysit him. So thus, most of the time when he's doing all the wrenching and doing that for me, and he's being paid for what he comes down and does. We pay him, put in gas, give him food, smokes, whatever he, I mean, we take care of him. And he said today, he says, you know, why don't you tell him most of the time when I'm doing stuff for you, you blink, you miss it. I mean, he just gets in there and gets going, and I don't have to sit there and babysit him. or recheck his work or nothing, because he's done it. I mean, there's no issue with him. I mean, he's a real good guy, and if we could keep enough work going between both of us, I wouldn't mind having him come down and work for me. I mean, oh, there it is, I think. No, that's keys. I've lost my damn watch. Took my watch off. So yeah, that's why sometimes it seems like he's doing all the work, because by the time we get discussing what you need to do, he's already got it done. I mean, he don't horse dick around. And but anyway, I guess we'll have a relaxed time. Oh, and then when they come back earlier, they had a box of parts. I'm like, well, what the hell did they send now? He goes, hey, they said this will cheer you up, and I opened it up. Oh, it's the rocker arms for Mr. Monte Carlo's motor. So, one good blessing. Well, there's a lot of blessings today. We're all got up. We're all doing stuff. It is what it is. That little guy, that little bird's not afraid. Oh, go to zoom in. Must have been camera shy. Oh, yeah. Okay, guess what, guys? Yeah, I just talked to the father-in-law. He's my old machinist, and I wish he would have never quit, because I wouldn't be having the issues I do now. He just brought up, we did not touch those valves. You know why? I know why. When you use the Vortec heads, you got to cut the rocker arm studs mounts down 100 thou and put long slot rocker arms on it. So that's the problem. All the rocker arms bottomed out in the travel, and yeah, so I will end up having to pull the heads after all. I'm like, something, it just makes perfect sense. So, yeah. Alright. Well, wait till you guys see what we got behind this thing here. This day's kind of ending on a better, but we got some stuff to talk about here, so we'll be back. If I'm not badly mistaken, I think that's a praying mantis. He even came home with us. Here you guys go. Check out this big old long bag 2-wheel drive extended cab Chevy. And look at there. It is hooked to the front end, or the back end of the little Ranger. Ranger did pretty good. But yeah, there's what we came up with. Bolted where the tow hooks would go. So, yep. We now got a parts truck. And the other parts truck, well, it's turning into a parts truck. I love it when people don't tell the full story, but that's okay. It helps drive the price down. Got 2002 Chevrolet picked up, because that was going to be my driver, but I knew I had a lifter tick, which I think I got the cure for that. She's not too bad, needs rockers, typical Chevy, but she's all here. Interior's nice, but I want to take and drive it to go talk to the gal, and the transmission don't shift. Training's out. So I told them I about walked away from it, but they took a lower amount, so a lot lower. But yep. Yeah, anyway, okay, I gotta find my keys. Well, I guess that calls it another day. I'm just getting done picking up stuff, putting it all away. So I'm learning it's easier to put it away the day of instead of coming into a mess. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I got the long slot rocker arms for the Monte Carlo motor, so we can start buttoning that up and getting that ready. It was a very trying but rewarding day today. I guess it's better than sitting around twiddling thumbs. The Dodge, doing okay. Yeah. So yeah, what I thought was going to end up being a quick fix truck. So we're going to look it over. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. Might just part it out and make my money back. I don't know. It's got a full tank of gas. First time ever buying a vehicle. And they just bought that truck in July. And they paid $4 grand for that thing in July. And I'm not going to say what I paid for it. And I looked at the mileage that it had on it when they didn't even put 300 miles on it before the training went and the motor started ticking. And they talked to the dealer about it, and basically the place that sold it to him said, well, yeah, I guess you should have bought a truck somewhere else. So, yeah. Anyway, the 327 guy was here. He got a real distributor now, a real Mallory. So it's not a two-piece design there. That's all one-piece aluminum. So he got a real distributor now. Not that $19 piece of junk. Yeah. And I think the way this week went, I'm not going to get anywhere near the shop probably tomorrow. So anyway, I guess I don't know much else. I just know shit happens, and I thank you for staying with me through the video if you made it to the end. So see you guys later. Hopefully it slows down from here or whatever. So talk to y'all later. Bye.